I've written it down because I'm a little nervous. I'm hearing you say that the most important thing is that I feel good, and I understand this, but I need help in getting there. Recently, last week, I made a decision to have a mastectomy, a double mastectomy. And for years, I've been coming to these gatherings, and I've been hearing women talk about this issue. And when I hear them, I feel my heart goes out to them, and it never occurred to me that I might be sitting here talking about this too. But I am, and it actually feels like the right decision. I went through a month of going to many, many doctors, finally found 2 or 3 that I felt gave me the right direction, and I made the decision to do this. Now it's going to happen in the next month, on November 11th, and I want to get in alignment with my decision. I want to not feel that I'll be happy November 14th, but I could be happy today, knowing that I'm going to be doing something that ideally in a perfect world I wouldn't have considered something I truly wanted. I want to know how I can go through this experience and make it as easy, as effortless, as, dare I say, joyful as I can. Can such a surgery that I'm preparing for ever be perceived in terms of joy? Although I feel very convinced that when I do it, I will be on a different path and that I will be healthy and I will continue to attract health. And I need help with that.
Well, we can feel that resolve within you. In other words, as we feel you, it's an odd thing. In fact, you can feel the oddness of your words because you have brought yourself into an alignment with this decision. When we talk about this distance between what I want and where I am, the thing that we are always wanting our physical friends to understand is that alignment is about the alignment between you and you. It's about the alignment between where I think I'm going and where I want to go. It's about the alignment between desire and belief. It's not about the alignment between what I think I should do and what everybody else on the planet thinks I should do. It's only about my individual alignment. So as we feel you here, we feel that alignment. However you got there before you got here, some would say, well, she's given into this, or she's relaxed into it, or she's given up to it. Right. And we say, we don't care what you call it, you're in alignment with it. And then there are those who would say, but couldn't she spike up another desire that is radically different from this, and couldn't she bring herself into alignment with that just as easily? And we say, we don't think so. In other words, anything is possible, but we can feel that the path that you've chosen is the path of least resistance for you to get where you want to go.
It's paradoxical.
Therefore, it is a good choice. It's only paradoxical when you try to bring somebody else into it. It's only paradoxical when you try to find a different desire and make where you are in alignment with it, you see. It's really interesting as you grapple with this, or as the world listens into this, because most are thinking, well, Abraham, now there's a right desire for her to hold, and there's a wrong desire for her to hold, and why are you applauding her alignment with what we want to be the wrong desire? And we say, nobody gets to choose that but you. In other words, you could go back and try to rework everything that brought you to this, but there is no point at all in that. The best thing is to stand right where you stand and say, okay, from where I'm now standing, what do I want? And we can feel that desire has radiated from you in a powerful way because of this place that you stand. And as the desire has shot out of you in a more powerful than ever way, and you have found through consultation with others what feels best to you, you've lined up. There's not more to be done about that. You've lined up. So now you can get on with other thoughts. In other words, I don't have to think about this anymore. This one's thought through. The decision has been made. The date's been set. Everything's in alignment. I'm in alignment. The happily ever after part is already in place. Now what? What else? Now what else? Now what else?
I guess my intent is to, right now, in the future, live vibrantly well. But quite frankly, I'm surprised to have found myself in this position because I've been what I think of as living very intentionally and deliberately for a number of years now. I never dwelled on cancer. I heard about it, but I was never in that sort of fearful mode. And when they told me that, gosh, this is what you have, a tiny little bit of it, but still there, you could have knocked me down with a feather. Me? Absolutely impossible.
Well, then let us give you some different words. What you have is evidence of resistance. Don't give it a label that makes it such a statement of your major resistance. Call it like it is. In other words, it is evidence of some resistance. And we do not believe that you would say to us that you cannot see any reason for evidence of resistance within your experience.
No.
So what you're saying is, well, I can accept that there could be some evidence of resistance. I just didn't think that there should be this much evidence of resistance. And we say, don't get carried away with your own labels. Esther saw a magnificent interview on television the other night. A physician who is a neurosurgeon. He separates Siamese twins and does all kinds of brain surgeries and has received so many awards and, in his words, accolades for his valuable contribution. And found himself with prostate cancer and shocked. And then he stepped back and thought about where he was standing and realized that he has had tension within him that he was accepting and coping with and understanding that it was there, just not realizing the extent to which it was there. And then he said things that made Esther shout for joy, as he said, as much as we physicians know about the human body, we don't know anything. I've discovered that I can never get it done. He said, I've discovered that if I go home at midnight, I didn't get it done. And if I go home at 6 o'clock, I didn't get it done. So why not go home at 6 o'clock and not having gotten it done, rather than go home at midnight? He said, I've heard these words. He said, but there are things you know, and there are things that you really know. So he said, I had to have this experience to understand my own stress level, because I had lulled myself into believing that a certain amount of stress is the way it should be. And we say, no amount of stress is the way it should be. But it's all right, because you're always in this new place where you can make your new decision from where you now are, you see.
Yes.
So spend no time saying, I don't like where I am, and I don't like whatever happened that got me here. Instead say, oh, I'm going to mine the fruits of where I am. And we can see from the vibration that we can feel from you greater clarity within you about who you are and what you're wanting than ever before.
Yes. In the next month, what would you say would really kind of make this all click for me so that I go into the operation and the ensuing days with as much sort of vibrancy as possible? Because some of it seems a little artificial, writing the journal, and, I have to kind of think, oh my gosh, I'm having these breasts removed, and I have to be joyful. Some of it seems a little...
Well, we think you should stay off the subject. We think you should say, this is something that I don't have to think about now. In other words, this is a decision that I've made. This is a decision that I've lined up with. Now what? As we feel your vibration, you are in alignment with this decision. And so what you're saying is, well, can I get more in alignment? And we say, alignment is alignment, is alignment is alignment. In other words, you are resolved to this action. That's enough for that. Now get on with other life-giving, good-feeling things.
Okay. I understand.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Since we are so aware of your powerful point of attraction, we will not eagerly emphasize with you anything that you are living that you don't really want to live. We'll use that as a sort of jumping off place into achieving a vibration with that which you do want to live. And sometimes that doesn't set very well with you, we know. In other words, you've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort getting right to where you are, and it feels important and you'd like to talk about it. We really don't want to. We really do not want to talk too much about what has brought you to where you are. But we do want to mine the powerful moment of where you are in relationship to where you are going. In other words, we want to talk about what now from where you are now, where you are going. And we want you to understand that there is no value whatsoever in comparing where you are to where anybody else is, because where anybody else is doesn't have anything to do with what's now coming to you. The universe is not trying to satisfy everybody else's desires in you. Thank goodness. The universe is only satisfying your own desires. And so everything that is important to you is about the relationship between where you are and where you want to be. And sometimes you say, well, I'm not all that sure where I want to be. And we say, yes, you are. Every moment of your life experience, you have been concluding those differences. And every time you spew, whether you are consciously aware of it or not, the slightest little preference, source energy hears it and receives your amendment to your previously spewed desires and begins immediately factoring in this new intention with everything else that you've ever asked for. So, Source understands your desires in every moment in time infinitely more clearly than you do. We want so much for you to begin now, and it will take some practice, but we're going to speak it anyway, to begin now accepting that you are adored and that Source understands you perfectly and that in your blessed beingness all good things are flowing to you. And that your work is to soften and eventually open the door of allowing. In other words, through the crack of least resistance is the same thing as saying through the door of most allowance. So when you are feeling good, you are allowing. When you are feeling bad, you are resisting. It is as simple as that. So through the crack of learned allowing. Now, actually, to be fair, it is your resistance that you've learned here in this physical format. So we want to help you unlearn the resistance by remembering the allowing. But you have to make a decision. You have to make a commitment to this fresh new thought. It's the oldest thought in the universe, but it feels fresh to humans. Nothing is more important than that I feel good. Nothing is more important than that I feel good, because the way I feel is my gateway to the stream of that which is good. Nothing is more important than I feel good. But the truth of it is, forget the truth. Nothing is more important than that I feel good. I know that, Abraham. I know it's important that I feel good, but you've got to understand this. Nobody needs to regurgitate the stuff that doesn't feel good. There is no value in continuing to regurgitate what does not feel good. But you don't understand. I would feel good if it weren't just for this one person who keeps doing this thing that makes me feel bad. Well, you could kill that person. But there will be another and 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 another, because the universe is infinitely full of everything that you give your attention to. And when you activate a vibration, it's going to be there, it's going to be there, it's going to be there. You say, well, somebody should do something about that. And we say, yes, and there is only one who can. You have to adjust your vibration. Don't ask the broadcasters to broadcast differently, because there are endless broadcasts and you are the one receiver. And everything that you are living is about your fingers on your dial. Everything that you are living. Can you hear how empowering that is? Everything that you are living is about your fingers on your dial. Oh, Abraham, I don't think so. I think it's his fault. Because I didn't feel that way before he came into my experience. And we say, he came into your experience because of your fingers on the dial. He behaves the way he does because of your fingers on the dial. In other words, everything happens because of the way you have practiced yourself into feeling. Everything is coming to you because you have activated thoughts, allowed them to become more active. Law of attraction has answered them. Law of attraction has helped you to make them more until you have achieved, little by little, consciously or unconsciously, a point of attraction, and everything you are living is about your achieved. We want to empower you. Your achieved point of attraction. So, if you want something to be different, you've got to practice a different thought until it becomes dominant, until it becomes a new point of attraction, and then it begins to show up in your experience. And you say, oh boy, am I ever powerful. The universe will yield to me anything and everything I want. All I had to do was focus on it until I felt it. And when I felt it, it was done.